Your car guy here. Today we have the 2008 Honda Civic, and it has a P0420 code, which means that the catalyst system efficiency is low, or that's what it shows as. Catalyst system efficiency below threshold bank 1. Now, this being a 4-cylinder car, it only has one bank. And what that means, the way that that code sets is, you have two oxygen sensors, upstream one, and then we have the downstream sensor. This is a catalytic converter right here built into the exhaust manifold, so it's all one piece. What happens when it reads the incoming exhaust right here before the catalyst, it'll see a rapid fluctuation in rich lean conditions as it's constantly adjusting the fuel mixture through the PCM. The lower sensor is to make sure that the catalyst isn't breached, and it should see a nice smooth transition between rich and lean when it's reading that. So the simple fix is replace your catalytic converter. If, however, you find that prohibitively expensive, there are ways to trick the system into believing that the catalyst is still okay. And the reason that it tells you the catalyst is bad is there's usually a breach, meaning it's got a crack or something else, and it's allowing everything to flow right through that catalytic converter without any restrictions. And so we're seeing too much variance between rich and lean too quickly on the downstream O2 sensor or oxygen sensor. So like I said, tells you have a bad catalytic converter. If for some reason you can't afford a catalytic converter or something else, there is a way to take that lower sensor out and put a spark plug non-fouler in. You normally have to drill it out to accept the oxygen sensor. You screw the oxygen sensor back into it, screw it back into the catalytic converter, and that will then restrict how much air gets to the oxygen sensor or how much exhaust gas gets to it, and thereby smooth out the stream and trick the computer into believing that the catalyst is fine. All right, so I'm going to remove this downstream oxygen sensor right here. First thing I want to do is unplug it, which it attaches to this bracket right here. And what you'll want to do, there's a little tab underneath right here where you can lift it up and actually slide this whole connection off that bracket. Then I'll unplug the connection going to it by pressing this tab here, which you could do right now. Press that tab and pull up to remove that connection, and then we've got to simply disconnect it, and you'll see right there there's a little tab that you'll simply lift away from the bracket, if I can get my finger under it, and then you can slide that down right off the bracket. Once you have your wiring disconnected, you will need an oxygen sensor socket or wrench, but because this recesses in, that can get down in, grab hold of the oxygen sensor, and then you'll simply insert a ratchet into it and twist it out. Once you have your oxygen sensor broken loose, you can quite often then just twist it out by hand, which I know I'm blocking everything up there. Hard to see. And just twist it right out. And there we go. This is our downstream O2 sensor. Okay, with my O2 sensor out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this non-fouler, spark plug anti-fouler, on the O2 sensor. Now it won't fit straight away, and then I can simply screw this whole assembly back in where it came out in the catalyst. What I'm going to have to do first though is drill out the center of this to where this part of the O2 sensor will fit inside of it. The hole just simply isn't big enough. But you'll see that we have plenty of room because I only need to get down to where I have about a 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch at the bottom that's not covered. What this does is it pushes this out of the stream, exhaust gases, and it'll smooth out that signal that it's receiving. Once you've enlarged the center, you can simply screw the O2 sensor into it like so. You can see the O2 sensor up in there, and then just reinstall this entire assembly. All right, with your O2 sensor reinstalled, simply slide the connector back onto the bracket, and then take the wiring plug, reinstall it, and all you'll need to do is clear your code with a scanner and you'll be good to go. This is your car guy. Now, just let me explain a little bit on this video. This repair is not an emissions legal repair. The right way to do this is replace your catalytic converter. And for an on-road vehicle, that's what I recommend you do. But let's say you're in a place where that's not that important, or you simply can't afford it. That's why I'm teaching you how to do this. And, you know, always I think the best way is fix it right, but this will get you by. This is your car guy. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the channel and help us grow.